Welcome back to another edition of Mining with Prospector Al. The creek's running by so hard I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'll try to do a little bit more when we get away from it. But a little bonus footage here. We're actually in Alaska on Bertha Creek on the northern part of the Kenai Peninsula. One of the public panning, sluicing, dredging areas here in Alaska. So we only have maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're digging around. You can see some of the scenery. And the creek's flowing by pretty good. A lot of glacial meltwater. But one pan in, there was probably a dozen small, really small colors. Fly poop as we call it in Tennessee, but we're just digging random spots. We don't have boots. The only thing we have is a shovel and a pan. So we're pretty limited, but we'll see what we come up with. Okay, so we've steadily been getting a few small colors to the pan, but just as a note, the gold deposits here are hosted in a sedimentary type formation, primarily a shale. Doesn't quite look to be argillaceous, but this piece has a contact zone with a quartz vein. But very, very similar to the type of deposit we have in Tennessee. Much different than what you see in the rest of the eastern gold belt. Another example of a quartz veinlet. Pretty much, you can see the thickness of it there. You can see the host rock on either side. We've done 5 or 6 pans. Everyone's had some amount of gold in it. Yeah, so far we're getting some in every pan, but it's really small. You can see a couple of little pieces there, and the bugs are terrible. There's one right there about dead center, another couple of them right there. So it's in here. We're just running top gravel because that's all we have access to right now. We don't have boots, and even if we did, this current's moving too fast. We're still working at it. We've got a little bit of gold out of every pan. This one spot giving us a little bit more, but again, this is all top gravel material because, as you can see, the creek's rolling by pretty good. We get down to the bottom of this and we'll see what's in there. The last one had a couple of what I would call flecks in it, along with quite a few micro pieces. All right, a little bit more in the pan here. You can see this is what we're getting. It's all super fine. Not a lot of black sand in here. It's mainly not very heavy gray sand. There's almost no other heavies in this. Decide to walk down here and check it out. Here's Bertha Creek rolling into Granite Creek, which technically Granite Creek's off limits because of the salmon spawning. Apparently they don't run up Bertha Creek. Doesn't go up very far, I don't think. But what a scene. Starting to cool off a little bit, probably in the low 60s. It was in the low 80s earlier. Well, we put a wrap on it for now, but I don't know if any of the audio was audible down there, but we're on Bertha Creek, which is a tributary of Granite Creek, here on the Kenai Peninsula of Alaska. And we're just doing a little panning. Don't even have a classifier, just bought a pan and brought a little shovel and went to it. So we're working with it the hard way. Water was really high. We don't have any hip boots or any kind of boots. We're having to try to stay on the bank, so we're working top material. But we got some amount of gold in every pan. Biggest pieces were what I'd call flecks. Most of them just specks, but I maybe had one pan that didn't have any in there because I reran some mossy material. But And some pans had up to 10 to 12 little colors, and some down to maybe 2. Overall, the host rock here is a shale, a sedimentary rock. You can see some quartz veinlets that have been cratered at some point in the past. Mineralization level in here is low overall. There's not really black sand or blonde sand that's heavy. It's really more of a gray sand, and it's not even really all that heavy. It's just a little heavier than the rest of it, so not sure exactly what it's composed of without getting it under a microscope. But it's pretty easy stuff to pan through. It'd be much easier with a classifier. Water is very milky from the glacier melt and snow melt, so the water's pretty hard, so we probably only got 50 or 60%. But all in all, a good fun time to get out. You can't beat the views. Just looking around. It's a popular campground here. We came through 2 nights ago, or 2 evenings ago. I mean, it's like 9 o'clock right now, and it's still like daylight. So you kind of lose track of the time. But 12 campsites, 9 of them were occupied then. Don't know how many now, but nice spot. And all around, you can even see back here some snow-capped peaks. Can't see them very good because of the trees. Just wanted to focus on the trees instead, but just on the very northern end of the Kenai Peninsula. Good time. We'll give it a try here, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Maybe we'll come back some other time and work when the water's lower, or try Resurrection Creek or some of the rest of them here that are available. Until then, that's it for this video.